Hello guys, it's me again, and I'm here to present my car. This is a 1982 Volkswagen Gol LS 1.6. So you're probably wondering, what the hell is a Gol? Well, the Gol is essentially Volkswagen of Brazil's replacement for the Beetle. It was launched in 1980, with a 1.3 liter air-cooled boxer engine from the Beetle, using the Volkswagen B1 platform, being shortened with a shortened wheelbase. That gave it the name of BX, and it's pretty much exactly what you see here. Mine is a 1982 model, so third year of production of the Gol. In 80, when the Gol was launched, the 1.3 liter engine had proven to be like very underpowered for the car. So in 81, they added the 1.6 liter engine with double carbs, which is exactly what my car is. So the Gol went on to be the best-selling car in Brazil in 1987 after getting a water-cooled engine. And I'm here to present mine, which is a pretty good example of what a brand new Gol in 1982 would be like. So let's say you wandered into a Volkswagen dealership in 82, which is this car's year, and you wanted to buy a Gol. You had, well, some trims. You had the basic one, which was pretty much a taxi fleet car, like black bumpers, nothing, no frills, no chrome, no anything. And then you had the S version, which is a more intermediate one. You already got chrome bumpers, some chrome in the windows. You got a more basic interior, something like that. And then you had my car, which is the LS, which is the top of the line. The LS, you got wonderful luxuries like a rear window defroster. Wow. As you can see, my car is in pretty good shape. My car has like pretty much every single option for the car. It has green tinted windows. It has pretty complete instrument panel. The only option my car doesn't have is an econometer, which would come here. My car has a VDO clock, tach, and a odometer with a trip. Every air-cooled Gol is a 4-speed manual transmission, straight from a Beetle. And then there's pretty much nothing to say. It is on a B1 platform. It does have the rear axle from a Polo, Mark 1 Polo. And I'm gonna pop the hood here to see. No door detents, not even as an option. It's a pretty basic car. You're used to your European Volkswagens. This is pretty different. Excuse me. Here it is, the air-cooled engine mounted up front. So, legend says that this air cooling system was developed by Porsche for Volkswagen of Brazil with Volkswagen of Germany. It does share more of a passing resemblance to the early 911 cooling systems, which give this car a pretty similar sound to an early 911. Performance-wise, it's nothing similar to, but it's surprisingly nippier than you might think. It does have a lot of torque. Like, pretty much you're at 40 kph at third gear with this car. Like, first gear is really a crawler gear, it's a grinding gear. You can pretty much use it, like, start with this car out in second, it's so short. And why is that? Even though it has the 3 to 8 differential ratio, 380 gears, it uses 13-inch rims, so that really makes the car shorter than in gear ratio wise than what it is. These 13-inch rims are also pretty nice. These are specific to the Gol, with these vent holes here, and these serve a pretty specific function. If you notice, they stick out to the side of the car, and that is so that the airflow actually cools the brakes. I don't know why you need to worry that in a 50 horsepower car, but you do. Okay, options that my car has. My car has electronic ignition, so it doesn't have points anymore. Original Bosch electronic ignition here, made in Brazil. My car has green tinted windows. It has some dash optionals that I showed you. It has a rear window defroster. My car doesn't have the original upholstery anymore. The seats are original, it doesn't have the upholstery. My car has a radio, that was also an option. It has ventilation, a fan, no AC, no air-cooled gull, had an AC from factory. It has the fancier one, oh, I forgot the name of this, but like, if you had the more basic one, it would just be a single strap holding it from the middle, and you couldn't like pop this out and block the sun coming in from the side. That's pretty much it. There wasn't much to these cars. Pretty curious to see a front-mounted boxer engine. And I'm making this video because pretty much I couldn't find any videos in English talking about early Volkswagen Golfs. Jamie Orr does a lot of stuff about this, but he mainly focuses on the later water-cooled ones and modified cars. And I couldn't find a single video of people talking about original, like pretty close to original cars. My car also has a pretty, also rare option for a Gull. It has metallic paint. Pretty much almost all the Gulls you would see on this time were either white, like a light beige, or a very light, solid green. Despite of what you're looking at in camera, and in person is what it is. This is like, the name of the color is lead gray metallic, even though it's more of a greenish tint. Let's hop inside just to show you some more stuff. So, in here, the S and LS version have the vent windows that are open. If you had a basic version, this would be sealed off. Also has day-night mirror. This was an optional, so pretty cool. LS had these chrome strips. Mine are pretty worn out, but the padding is original and it's pretty good shape, so I'm not changing that. So early Gulls didn't have the vents on the side. As you can see, there are only vents in the middle here. If you had a later Gull, you would have the exact same vents as this one, but like in a single unit. They would be mounted up here on the corner of the dash, and this Gull emblem would come in white with a different font and would come here on the speaker grill. This is the original speaker grill. If you ordered a Gull just with a radio, the speaker would come here. My car already had like radio install preparation that was sold probably in the dealer back in the 80s. So it already had the front mounted speaker grills on the doors. The rear ones are optional. Actually not optional, those are accessories that were installed later. Another option my car has, it has a cigarette lighter. Woohoo, fancy. Ashtray, of course. This car does not have a single cup holder, but it has 3 ashtrays. 2 more in the rear quarters. There on the other side. Has the original roof liner. And yeah, it's pretty much as basic motor as it can get. Even though it's a luxury car. Like, another thing that the LS had, which is luxury, is the very soft high carpet. If you got a basic version, you would get the floor mats, and then underneath the floor mats here, as you can see where my car has a seam, this part here would be nothing. It would just be like the sound deadening, and then the carpet, and then the floor of the car underneath. If you got the S, it would be a much more cheaper carpet, but it would have the complete padding. And then the LS is this pattern here. I'm going to turn it on so you guys can listen to the front mounted air-cooled engine, which is pretty unique sound, because majority of air-cooled cars, the exhaust is like very short, so that like there's no resonance, there's almost no muffling on the exhaust side, and the fan also gives it a pretty unique sound. So you're going to listen a lot more to the intake and the fan than the exhaust. My car has OEM exhaust with all new seals and stuff, so it's pretty quiet. See there, tach is working. Unfortunately, my tach is not accurate. It is accurate around idle and stuff, but like, that's not only 2,000 RPM, that's more like 3,000. Clock and everything working. And here it is. Mine is also a 1600 single port with double carbs. They're double Solex 32s. pretty much every 1600 Gall came from factory either like this or running on ethanol. If you had a 1300 running on gasoline, it would have had a single carburetor. And then a 1300 for double carburation would be just like this, but like 1300 and running on ethanol, which had a higher compression ratio. So this is pretty much my car. Now some quirks. As you might have noticed when I turned it on, this is not a parking brake light. You can see that my parking brake is set here. This light is actually a brake wear light. So if you're stepping on the pedal and that light it flashes at you or like lights up, it means your pads are done for it and they're like touching the discs. Another thing, indicators, there's not a single indicator light. It lets you know that the indicator is on, but it doesn't tell you to which side it is. Rest is pretty basic stuff. You have your high beam light, your hazard light, which is here. That's your battery light, oil light, pretty essential for an air-cooled engine. If your battery light lights up, it means your alternator isn't charging anymore. If your alternator isn't charging, you have to stop immediately and check if the belt is still on, because if the belt falls off, it means your fan is not turning on and your car is not cooling anymore. Your oil light is pretty essential. If this lights up, stop immediately because it means you have no oil pressure. But yeah, one of the most popular cars in Brazil. It was not the best selling car in its starting years. It galled pretty poorly in sales in the start, especially with the 1300 engine, but it did sell a lot. My car is an 1982 model, which is a 30 in production, and this is already chassis number 100,011 something. You can see there. Don't remember it by name, but so it's already a pretty higher production year for the Gall. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll definitely do more videos about this project. Like, we've been doing a lot of stuff to this car, trim, wheels. We're trying to bring it back to like as OEM as possible, because like these cars are getting super rare. The air-cooled Galls in the 90s, they were pretty just they were tossed, thrown out the window. Nobody wanted them, especially when the water-cooled cars came along, which they are far superior to water-cooled cars, but like these cars are getting so rare that it's just like it's getting impossible to find like a nice air-cooled Gall, because they were just thrown out. So I'm gonna do my best to preserve this one as original as possible. Seats are gonna get done on the original very nice velour that they had. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoy.